What is up, boys? I know I look a bit like raggedy, but 'cause I've been ill all week, but still got to get to it. So yeah, today's video is about failure. Sorry if I'm speaking quite quietly. I've got a bit of a sore throat, but I thought I want to make this video anyways, so gonna have to put up with that, boys. Sorry. But yeah, the reason I'm making this video is because I feel like I should treat my failures and my wins the same. So I was ill like all of this week, and I wasn't actually dealing with it quite badly, because in the previous times I've been like really ill, like where I just can't really work or anything. I would be like just end up scrolling and doing loads of bad habits and shit. So yeah, I wasn't really doing the first like 2 days. It was more like, I mean, I did loads of resting as well, but I'm kind of just recovered now. But I've still like got some symptoms, but I'm gonna start working today. I just doing my routine and stuff. I didn't really wake up early today because I still need a lot of sleep. So I want to be okay, so I can just start get back into the gym, etc. But yeah. So so I've been resting, but I wasn't really scrolling and stuff. But then yeah, on I was like yeah on like Tuesday maybe. It was like when I just started scrolling on Instagram, because it's just like so low energy. There's nothing else I can do besides like watch TV or scroll. That's what, at least what I told myself. Like I would be posting, I would be struggling to even post a video on like make a video on CapCut to post for my drop shipping, and then but I would be like scrolling on Instagram for like 2 hours, and then like it was just bad. And it's still better than the last time I was ill. The last time I was ill in like November. Again, like at least that shows some improvement, but like it's just not where I want to be. So I think I learned a lot from just like this last week of me being like really ill and how I dealt with it. Like it just told me a lot about myself that I still need like improving on. It told me a lot of like lessons, as in the sense of what's really important, like your health. And even when you're in that situation, obviously, like if you really can't do anything, like some at 1 day or 2 days, I just literally couldn't do anything but sleep, or like couldn't get out of bed. But if you are ill and you're like in my position, you're like trying to become an entrepreneur. You're an entrepreneur. You got a business. Like you got to do the work anyways, and it's simple. There's no excuses to that. And I say this, but then I didn't follow it, so it's like I've still got a lot to learn too. And I mean, that was just a different situation. It's a different type of stress, if you know what I mean. Because I think I'm very good with mental stress. But I think when it gets to physical stress, as in like, I mean, not like gym physical stress, I mean like illness, is when I just revert back to a weaker kind of mindset. And you got to understand that your body and your mind, you're your soul. So I need to learn to become more unfazed in that sense, where it's like this pain that I'm experiencing, like when I'm ill or some shit. And like, I know I'm saying I was just ill, but I had like some deathly, like, yeah, I'm not gonna over exaggerate. I had like some virus, like flu, but it was quite bad. But yeah, but yeah. So I've got to understand that, yeah, I'm not my body, I'm not my mind, I'm my soul. So my mindset and my actions and not my thoughts should not change. I feel like I was just having a lot more negative thoughts, like I was more hopeless and stuff, and I feel like that's just not, there was no like self-belief, there was loads of doubt, there was loads of um excuses made and stuff. And maybe I'm hard on myself, because I mean, what else could I really have done? But then it gets to a point where it's like, if I'm not hard on myself, how am I gonna learn? Because obviously, like, what else am I supposed to be doing besides sleeping in the day? And when I wasn't sleeping, I didn't know what else I was supposed to be doing, because I couldn't really work. But then it gets to the point where it's like, I could have been scrolling on my burner. I chose not to do that. Like, when I could have done it, I chose not to do that. So that's my fault. I chose not to do the work. That's shit, and that's just me being lazy. Because I was just like, Don't know, bro. I don't know why I didn't. I just felt like when I was ill, like I just can't work, and that's just a limiting belief I have to get over. So yeah, and even yesterday, I was feeling like a bit better yesterday. Like I'm sure I could have done more work than I did. Did a few courses, and I was like, no, let me get into bed. And instead when I got into bed for like 4 hours, I just watched something on my phone. Obviously, I still wasn't feeling great, but like I could have done more work. Like the work I'm doing, I could have scrolled on my burner. I could have done content research. I could have done more courses. You know what I mean? Stuff like that. I could have done that. I could have done like a lot of stuff I needed to do, but instead I wasted it. And I have to. You guys gotta understand. Me and you, we don't have time. I don't have time to be wasting on this bullshit. And I know, like, oh, you were ill. Like, it's not that deep. Just go over it. And I am over it. Like, I'm learning from it. So, but yeah, I can't. Like, I just turn into my below my standard. Like the standard I made in the last like year, I just dropped below it drastically. Just I don't even know. But yeah, I just dropped below it, and it was just it's bad, bro. But you know, we don't let that get to you. We learn. We don't sit here and feel sorry for ourselves and be like, no, we learn from our mistakes. So if we don't learn from our mistakes, there's no point in having them. So yeah, I thought I'd just come on here and say that because I want to be transparent with everybody. I want to be transparent with myself, and I feel like me even just talking about it's like to you guys is more like help me reflect even more, see where I went wrong. So I don't want to like lie and not say stuff like why. I don't want to just show you guys, or me in the future anyways, like a lot of success and not show you like the failures I made, because again, you should treat your failures and wins as the same. Always analyze, always reflect. And I mean, I don't think this is an uncommon experience as well. I'm not saying this exact situation, but I feel like a lot of guys have those times where they're under some different type of stress and they crumble. And I think it's necessary. I think it's necessary because no one's just built to be unfazable. It comes with being broken down a million times to keep building yourself back up. And that's something I just thought of, like, that's given me a new perspective. Like, you've got to have these new reframes. Like, I can think about this like, oh, I've made the mistake again, so I'm going to make it once. It's like, no, I've made that mistake. I'm learning from it. I'm not going to make it again. It's just your reframing. I've mentioned this a lot, but it's like, how can I expect to be this person who could absorb this much stress, endure it, and do this much work, which I have built up a really high tolerance of, I would say, and just do, and unfazed by anyone else, not let my emotions or feelings affect anything. How can I become that person without being that person, which who I was, who would be affected by the littlest thing? So maybe where I want to be is here, and I started from like here. Maybe where I am now is here. But still, there's a point where it's like I'm under a different type of stress I still need to learn from, and I drop down a little bit. So it just goes to like, you guys get what I mean. Like, we all have these lessons, no matter when, no matter if we like it, no matter if we want it, but it happens. And yeah, so I should like a lot of guys. I think this happens to a lot of guys. You need to have these experiences to get to where you want to be. I feel. I'm not saying you should purposely have them, but like it's gonna happen. Like there's a reason for failure. Like things happen to you for a reason. God makes things happen to you for a reason, but the way you react is entirely up to you. And I reacted wrong. So now I know for the future. And I'm kind of glad I made this mistake this young. Like, this early, if you know what I mean. I don't want to be making this mistake when I'm making 50k a month and I got a business like 100k a month, and I've got a business like dependent on me, and I can't work because I've got a flu. Do you know what I mean? But yeah, boys, I want to keep it 100% real. I hope you guys don't like think of me any different. because of this, because, I mean, I'm only human, and so are you. So I'm still going to be grinding. We're going to get back to the fucking grind. We all make mistakes. Doesn't mean I don't lock the fuck in. And it's not like, I mean, a lot of you guys who may be watching my stuff that are new, like, they may think, oh, this guy's so inconsistent. He's always making mistakes and stuff. But it's not. I really been doing this shit, bro. Like, I really been grinding for so long. And of course I'm going to make mistakes along that time. I'm not trying to justify me making this mistake. But I'm saying to you, like, this is normal. Like, it shouldn't be normalized, but it's a normal part of the process. Like, it's never going to be this. It's always going to be, like... And then success is like that shit, okay? And then you get to that point where you're, like... Your mental state, I guess, is more, like... You know what I mean? I'm kind of yapping. But, yeah, I'm not an inconsistent guy. That's one thing I kind of pride myself on. I literally built such a good, like, routine. And that was one of the things. When I'm out of routine, when I'm ill, that kind of cooked me. Like, the routine was just bad. So then it just... That shouldn't really be... I got to change that belief as well now that I think about it. That shouldn't be a deciding factor just because I'm out of routine. I need to learn to adapt. I need to learn to evolve. I just need to become better, boys. And I hope this mistake doesn't happen to you or something similar. Or if it has, you learn from it too. I know this is an 11-minute video about me just talking about failure. But boys, failure is necessary. But like I always say, getting back up is mandatory. We've got to keep going. We've got to keep learning. We've got to keep evolving. We've got to keep getting better. I don't care that, like... Sorry. I don't know, bro. But, yeah. Like, just don't let these mistakes define you. You have free will. You have the choice to get better. You have to choose success. And failure is just part of the process. And maybe some guys have it easier. Maybe some guys find success quicker. Maybe some guys fail later in life. They might find success early, make their first 100k easy, and then they fail miserably and end up broke. So, I don't know. I just think failure is always going to be part of the process. Even if it's just dealing with problems, bro. And you just have to keep learning. You have to keep getting back up. I know I'm kind of low energy right now. We're going to fix that. I need to be high frequency, high leverage, so we can lock in, baby. But yeah. I know I'm kind of yapping about failure, but bro, like, just never quit. I don't care how many times you fail. I don't care if this shit takes me 6 months, 6 years, or 60 years. It's gonna happen. I don't care how long it takes. Obviously, there's an ideal timeline I'm trying to fit to, but like, I don't care how long it takes. And that's one difference. It's delayed gratification. So, whatever it takes, bro. Failure, like, just never quit. If I'm gonna say one thing, I'm gonna end the video. Quitting is gay. Simple. Quitting is gay.